Tell me one of your... So I have a note here that you have enough dating horror stories to last 6 episodes.
Probably. I mean...
Can you think of like one of the worst ones?
Worst how though? Like worst for me emotionally?
Yeah, I want to hear your trauma.
My trauma. Okay, so I dated this guy for a couple of years. He was a veteran. And then I was on the road. I mean, he was always going to kill himself. I mean, like he was like always going to kill himself. He
like
was
Private Dan. Isn't it Dan in Saving Private? Wait, am I thinking of Lieutenant Dan?
Yeah, you're confusing that with Saving
Forrest
Private Ryan.
Gump.
Yeah. No, he wasn't like, he had legs. I wish he didn't.
Okay.
I wish he didn't have legs. I could have dropped him off somewhere. There's nowhere to drop him off. He had legs, but he was so crazy. I remember talking to him on the phone. He was an alcoholic and he just had split personality. I was like, what is this? He was so crazy. Like I called the cops on him. He like stole my Jordans and sold them while I was on the road. He told me one day, like I have a dog, Peggy Sue, that we got together and she's like very cute. And he knew I loved her. And like towards the end of the relationship, he was always saying he was going to kill her. And then he took a knife and he was like, say goodbye to Peg. And I was like, bye, Peg. I was just so over it. I was like, just leave. He didn't kill her though. I still have her.
That's good.
Yeah, but he's a nightmare. He's the worst guy I've ever dated.
How'd you get rid of this guy?
So I was on a 6-week tour with Louis, and he was watching my dog, and he was so crazy. He would like threaten my friends, and like he started a big fight with one of my friends, and she was pregnant at the time, and they called the cops on him, I think. And I was just like, he knew he did too much, where I was like, hey, you gotta go.
Yeah.
But like I would block him. He would call me 200 times from a blocked number. You know what's weird about that? They call so much that when they stop, you do miss it a little bit.
Yeah.
Because you're like, this person's so obsessed with me. It kind of feels nice.
I know how that feels.
Yeah.
I've had the same thing with like text messages or that just come in and it's like sort of like a begging. And then you're like, God, this guy won't leave me alone.
Right.
And then when they do, it's like, wait, where'd you go?
It's like, did you move on?
Why?
Did you find someone else?
Why'd you stop?
Yeah. I mean, he was at one point creating fake, not Instagram. He was, because you could create as many posts as you, like fake accounts as you want on, I guess, what is it now, X? Twitter?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was at one point pretending to be somebody else, trolling himself and sending me messages. He also, like, at one point he was creating like fake accounts of me on Instagram, and then he was like putting like my address on them. Anything that I gave him, like a photo or anything sexy, he was like, I'm gonna send this to everyone. I was like, go ahead. Like, nobody even cares. He's like, I'm gonna release your album. I'm gonna release your Degenerate set. Like, he's just anything he can do to get like under my skin. He was the absolute worst.
He sounds pretty bad.
Yeah, and then he was like constantly smoking all the time, which wasn't bad because he had to go outside. I got a little break.
Yeah.
And then he started vaping, and he was in the house all the time vaping.
No.
So it's just like cotton candy and whatever all those dumb things are.
Yeah. I heard, so in the beginning of this, you said you dated him for a couple years?
So we broke up. So he borrowed money from me and said he had an account, which did not exist. And then he made up this whole story. And his friends and family were great. I like loved his friends. They were like normal people. He's like next level insane. So we broke up, and it was like right at the start of the pandemic. And I was like, what am I going to do, be by myself?
Yeah.
And that's when our relationship was the best, because like he was just jealous of everything and everyone. So we were together all the time. So things were actually good.
Yeah.
And then once, life started picking back up and we're out and on the road and stuff, that's when he became insane again.
COVID was a wild time. I feel like everyone was in a relationship that they didn't want to be in just because they didn't want to be alone.
If there was no COVID, we would have broken up, but we stayed together two extra years.
Yeah. I was with a guy that I'm pretty sure was gay.
During the pandemic?
Yeah.
What made you think he was gay? Like, did he not like having sex, or?
He liked having sex, but his best friend was gay.
Did he only like it from behind? And you had to wear a men's jersey.
Stop trying to give me PTSD.
Yeah, I mean, that's tough. Okay, so his best friend was gay.
He also like talked gay.
Okay.
So
like
he's
like flaming gay, not just
like,
like
yeah, like he like totally talked.
How are you attracted to that though? Because now you're with like this barbecue guy that must.
He was a pro athlete, and he had an okay body.
So the jersey thing's for real.
I mean, I never wore a jersey.
Did he go down on you a lot?
Never.
Yeah.
No.
I was kind of talking to a guy that was huge dick, but like that's all he has is a huge dick. Like just not good at anything else.
Boring.
Doesn't go down on you, like fingers you for a second. I was like, I think you're gay.
What did
like
he
he's
say?
like grossed out by vagina.
Weird.
Yeah. He's like, I don't know. He might be autistic too. I date a lot of autism also.
Yeah.
Between that and PTSD, it's a real nice mix.
That sounds fun.
It's very fun.
Which one's better?
I don't know. Like there's some things about autistic people that are good. Like they're genuinely funny people. I don't know. It's just, it's all bad.
Yeah.
None of it's good.
First date, baby.
Are you really drinking a glass of milk with dinner?
First date.